plaintiff, Taylor Smith, says her boyfriend, who's with her in court, is still legally married to the defendant, but they are in the process of divorcing. Taylor claims the defendant is brainwashing her children to tell lies about Taylor. And she also filed a false police report against her, claiming Taylor abused her daughter, so she's suing. Defendant Rachel Breen says her husband abandoned her and their 3 children, and Taylor is the 3rd girlfriend he's had since he walked out. Rachel insists her children's welfare is in danger because Taylor has been abusing them, so she's countersuing.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Start with you.
All right, Your Honor. My name is Taylor. I know Rachel because she came to my job, and she is the soon-to-be ex-wife of Patrick Breen, who I didn't know at the time, and I wasn't sleeping with, like she accused me of, but I do know him now, and I am now.
You should be with him now.
Yes, sir. I just want to say thank you for that. Back in February of this year.
Who you think believed that? You think she believed it? No. You think I believe it? No. No, you were sleeping with that man before that.
No, I wasn't.
Go ahead.
I was leaving work one day, and she was outside the gates of our work, and she stopped me and asked me if I worked there. I told her yeah. She asked me if I knew who Patrick was. I told her no, I didn't, because I didn't know who he was. I worked on a different shift than him. She then proceeded to tell me that I looked familiar to her. I told her I didn't know her. I've never seen her before. She then asked me if I was the one that was sleeping with her husband. I told her no, I was not. She was like, "Are you sure?" I said, "I'm very
and now
positive."
When you look back at her, you say she's psychic.
She must have been. I mean, because I had no idea.
Because you hadn't even met him.
Exactly.
Didn't know her.
I had reached
She didn't
out.
know you. But it just so happened something told her someday.
I mean,
They're gonna
if
be
that's the way you want to put
They're going
it.
to be sleeping with each other. And lo and behold, it came true.
Yes, sir. Because
Go ahead, ma'am. So what happens then?
I reached out to people that I worked with asking who he was because I didn't know who he was. And, you know, they told me that he wanted to reach out and apologize to me because he was embarrassed for his wife's actions at the time. And, you know, he told me a little bit about what was going on with their home life, how they were
Said,
in
how
the
can I
process.
make it up to you? And she said, I got an idea.
That's how it went?
Yeah.
How they were in the
He's
process
giving
of
me the
getting a
real
divorce.
conversation. Go ahead.
And so after that, we slowly started talking, and we got to know each other, and one thing led to another, and now we're dating.
All right, ma'am.
Yes, sir. I did not know this woman existed. I did drive by the work because my husband abandoned me and our 3 children in August of 2016. And when he left, he liquidated bank accounts, stole taxes, even took the tags off the family vehicle. So I knew of the first girlfriend. This one would be the 3rd. And I didn't even know she existed until a certain Slick John sent me some email paperwork with his and her picture.
Let's see it,
And to
please.
this day, I don't know who Slick John is, Your Honor.
Me either, Your Honor.
So what is Slick John saying? I mean, what are
Slick
you...
John told me to help me in my divorce.
Hello,
Here-
Rachel. You don't know me. I'm a real person. I have information you might like to know.
And I thought it was the first girlfriend, but this isn't about him and this isn't about her. This is about the welfare of my children.
All right. And what are the specific allegations regarding defamation and harassment?
Okay, so
against
there's 3, Your Honor, that I would really like to touch base on. The first one occurred in May of 2017. I was probably around the 3rd time I was around the children, and we were all at my house for a cookout. I was cooking. Their daughter was in the backyard on a tree swing. One of the rope swings on the tree swing broke. She was crying. We ran into the backyard, and then it was the next day that Rachel had gone to the police department and made a police report and said that I beat up their daughter. So I then, when I got off work, contacted the police department, and I asked an officer to come to my house so he could speak with me about the incident. I have copies of the police reports, and I
see 'em,
also have
please.
copies of the picture of the swing. In that police report, it also states in there that while the officer was taking pictures of their daughter with the booking room camera, she stated to him that she received her injuries from falling off of a swing.
How does she defame you? What did she
She's
do?
making false police reports on me. She's telling her children to lie. Laura came over, their daughter came over a couple days after this incident happened, and she stated to Patrick that Mommy made me lie, that I didn't get spanked, because she said that I spanked their daughter, which did not happen. She's saying that I beat their daughter up.
She only said to you, you've beat my daughter up, or did she say this to a third party?
She said it to my cousin, which I don't have.
Okay.
I mean,
And who else?
she's put it on Facebook, I'm sure.
You
I don't
have that?
I don't have a copy of that
I
one.
need some type of evidence, or at least convincing testimony, that she told this, which she knew was a lie, to a third party to try and hurt your reputation. Her cousin?
She said it to him.
Okay. And you have to
said
give me
so-
at least one person other than your boyfriend.
Well, it's in that police report. There's more pages to that police report as well. I mean, she didn't know the officer.
So you're saying what she told the police, defame you. The problem is you can't utilize law enforcement, either testimony or conversation, when you're suing for defamation. And the theory behind that is that no one will talk to the police if they are afraid that they'll be sued for defamation based on what they believe occurred in an incident. So we can't use the police. You gotta give me somebody else she told that stuff to. And how does she harass you?
She's constantly been sending me messages on Facebook all summer long. She's come to my house, and she's gone in my mailbox.
How many times?
Once.
Gone into your mailbox?
Yes, sir.
You saw her?
I didn't see her.
How do you know?
Because she told me, Your Honor.
Come to your mailbox for what?
She filed paperwork stating that she was going to be in court, and she checked the box on their hand deliver, and she came to my house and put it in my mailbox while nobody was home.
Not sure if that's harassment. That's serving you with a lawsuit. What are your emotional distress claims for?
Since my children have been in Mrs. Smith's care and my husband, Patrick Breen's care, they have, in this paperwork right here, shows that my children, my 5-year-old twin boys and my 8-year-old daughter, have witnessed Taylor Smith receiving oral sex on a couch in the living room by my husband while they were at the back door. So I had to put my children in counseling, and I have paperwork for that, because I come off, if I say
What is it
anything-
you have there?
This is the psychologist. And this is also my police report that Laura gave the police officer.
Laura was concerned about her visits with her dad in regards to his friend Taylor Smith. Go ahead.
This is in our final decree that Patrick will not sign, and it clearly states, neither party shall use corporal physical punishment in the minor children, nor will they allow third parties to touch
I've never touched
our
your kid.
children. Don't look at me
I've
like I'm
never
a fool.
touched your kids,
Don't talk to me. You don't count.
and I never will.
And this is what
This
the
is not
doctor.
my job.
Okay, you're stop talking. Shh.
Go ahead, ma'am. What do you have?
And again, right here it says, we're DCFS as mandate. My daughter came home after Labor Day, puking cookies and what smelled like hand sanitizer. I've been sober a year. I don't think Miss Thing with the blowing in her car to let her drive could say the same. Neither my pothead husband, but that's okay. My whole point is I'm all good. My home is normal. My home is safe, and God is what runs us. We have a Breen team motto. God is with us. Who could be against us? No lies and no secrets.
That's all
and
you are,
that's
is a lie.
all this is right here.
No.
Is trouble for my children, because I can deal with this. But every week I have to worry about my babies. And not to mention now, all 3 of my children. And my son, the 4-year-old, is the one that told me about Taylor abusing my child.
I thought your twin boys were 5.
They were 4 when they snitched you out, big girl.
Right.
I'm sorry, no disrespect. I'm sorry. I apologize, sir.
Your Honor.
What else you have there, ma'am?
This is DCF, the doctors that called because Laura was throwing up what smelled like vodka. But secondhand smoke, this is all from her mouth. I wasn't even in the room.
While in transport, the paramedics observed that the 8-year-old child appeared to be intoxicated and or under the influence.
Your Honor, I do have a copy of the EMT report, the actual EMT report, not that fabricated thing that her lawyer drafted up. So I do have a copy of that. It's all right here.
Let's see it, please. And they determined the child had no alcohol.
I do have copies.
That's right.
Also, I do have copies of the toxicology and drug screening
There
that
you
was
go.
done
That's
at the
what I
hospital
need.
that day as well, Your Honor.
That's what I need. Something
And it
that
was no
says
kind of
she was
drugs?
tested and not
She was
found to
tested.
have alcohol or drugs in
Yes,
her
sir.
system.
No, sir. I didn't get her home to the
What
day
else, ma'am, other
after.
than those two things? I mean, which is a
Oh.
lot.
Well, Miss Smith likes to take it upon herself because he's never been a leader. He's a follower. He's going to do whatever she tells him to do. And that's just the backbone that he was born with.
No.
But
Now you're talking. You done talked about him. Now you're talking about his mama. Now I'm gonna stop you.
Well,
Stop.
no, sir. I'm just pointing out
He got
the
his backbone from his mother and father, so you
No,
talk
his
about
father's
one
a
or
good
the
man.
other.
His father's a great man. We don't know what happened to him.
All right. All right. Based on what I've heard, I'll just go from there. Ma'am, you're suing her, saying that she has defamed you, but only person you could tell me she told things to were the police. So I'm going to dismiss your claim. With regard to your counterclaim, however, ma'am, she brings me in a verifiable document where it was such an issue that the child had to go for counseling.
No, that whole thing that she has for the counselor,
Yeah.
that was like way before. She started seeing a counselor before I was even around,
My mother would like to
who
speak.
also stated that
And see, I didn't know that.
Yes,
that your
sir.
child had already been for counseling. Come on up, ma'am. State your name. What do you want to tell me?
Yes, I am the
What's your name?
grandmother, Tina Jansen.
All right.
No, miss, you can
Thank you so much.
Yes, she was in therapy before this happened. Now the boys are in therapy for the same for this right here,
Threatening to
for
kill
what they're going
themselves.
through.
I don't see anything in this that reflects that
We
what
have
she's
the-
going through is
Where does
based
it
on
say
what
where
this
she's
woman
scared of
is.
Taylor? Isn't it on there?
Your
Yeah,
Honor,
but-
if those children are so scared of me, when she filed her petition to terminate his parenting time, she would not have given us those children that same exact weekend that she filed.
My grandson.
You are a
at the
liar,
time
and they
was
get it from
4.
you.
Stop talking. My mother's speaking.
And he came
care.
to me and he told me exactly what happened that day.
Ma'am, if all these things were happening, you needed to have your children back a long time
It's
ago.
not the law
Sir,
here.
she does have
This-
primary
the law
custody.
is you file a claim
We have.
and the claim is followed up on.
We have.
Let me see that. I don't see any of that.
We're still waiting for him
Well,
to sign
they'll
it.
come back when they finish. You all go back and try to get along. Your claim's dismissed, so is yours. Have a good day.
Look at this ugly thing. Man, I hope you get some therapy. You're very ugly. Very ugly.
Wow,
Disgusting.
coming from you.
Assaulted me in front of a police station.
It's funny how that was
Look at grandma here.
dismissed.
Look at grandma in this picture.
Oh, look. The big fat boy beat up the little white girl.
And
Oh.
grandma. Check out grandma.
Big old 300
That's what meth will do to you. A felon.
Oh, go
That's
eat
what meth
another
and a felon
Twinkie,
is
fat
right
boy.
there.
Shut your mouth.
Look at your mom. What you talk about fat?
I wish y'all all the best. I hope you have kids and you live happily ever after together because you deserve each other.
Thanks.
Not a problem.
Not very nice things. So I'm probably just going to be quiet.
Shocking.
It's all about the grandchildren, my children.
And the system
And I
has
want
failed.
them to treat my children with respect and not hurt them and abuse them.
Nobody touches them.
I don't believe you.
I don't care if you do or not.
I don't care. I believe the children. The children talk to me.
Well,
I don't
She's the
believe
one that
you.
drove drunk with him in the car. She's the one that drove drunk with him in the car. She's the one that hit him with a
year
bottle.
sober?
A beer bottle.